So the other day, I was spending some time with a friend, and he was telling me about this experience he recently had where he was in a parking lot, and there was a car behind him that was parked, and all of a sudden, the door slammed shut really loud, the car engine revved, and the guy zoomed out of the parking space, coming millimeters from hitting him. And when that happened, he looked at the person that was with him, who happened to be a firefighter, and he saw fear in that person's eyes. He saw him going into firefighter mode, not friend mode. Oh no, I'm going to have to provide first aid and call an ambulance and make sure my friend is alive to get to the hospital. Luckily, nothing really bad happened. But the overall experience left my friend with a really rapid heart rate. He was breathing very fast. He was having a minor panic attack. And he happens to be a veteran who has PTSD from his time in the military. So he's familiar with panic attacks and not a big fan of them. What was troubling, though, was later that night, there wasn't a car, there wasn't a parking lot, there weren't loud noises, and the panic attack happened again. And then the next day, it happened again, and again the next night. And it's continued to happen for about a week since that initial event. Each time it's a little less bad, and they're coming less frequently. And he was asking me, God, what's going on? Like I feel like I'm reliving this moment again and again and again. And what I was explaining to him is look, a lot of the response that is created when we have a panic attack, these are responses that are meant to be evolutionarily advantageous for us. We get our adrenaline going, we've got all these neurotransmitters that are hyped up, putting us into fight or flight mode, and that's great in the moment because it can get us ready to deal with whatever horrible thing is happening. But once those things get triggered, especially for somebody who's had a lot of experience with it happening again and again and again, neurons that fire together wire together, so you get these strengthening connections. So every time a traumatic event happens, it becomes much more easy for your brain to ramp up and get all those neurotransmitters ready and get into fight or flight mode. And that's great if you're on the savannah running from lions, and it's not so wonderful if you're in a parking lot trying to deal with a jerk who's just driving badly. And unfortunately, when these things happen, it does take a little bit of time sometimes for those neural pathways to sort of settle down and not be as easily triggered by just other environmental factors or by some other thing a loud noise that suddenly makes your heart rate go up, and then suddenly your breathing's faster and everything else follows. I'm Dr. Shai. If you'd like to learn more about how your mind works, follow the link below.